Leon Spinks died in 2021 after a long battle with prostate cancer, ending one of boxing's most tragic stories. The former heavyweight champion, who once shocked the world, spent his final years battling brain damage from the sport that made him famous. But this isn't just a story about a sad ending. This is the incredible journey of a gap-toothed Marine who rose from nothing to achieve the impossible, defeating Muhammad Ali in one of the greatest upsets in sports history. Leon Spinks was born on July 11, 1953 in St. Louis, Missouri. He grew up in the notorious Pruitt-Ego housing project, surrounded by poverty and violence. As a child, he was constantly bullied and struggled in school, eventually dropping out after the 10th grade. The deepest wound came from his own father, who abandoned the family after years of abuse. His father's cruel words haunted him. "You'll never be nothing." Instead of breaking him, these words became his driving force. Spinks later said, "It hurt me. I've never forgotten it. I made up my mind that I was going to be somebody in this world." Seeking direction, Spinks joined the United States Marine Corps in 1973. Military life was tough at first. He clashed with drill sergeants and struggled with discipline. But everything changed when he joined the All-Marine boxing team. The Corps gave him the structure he desperately needed. His raw talent finally had a framework to grow within. It was during a sparring session in the Marines that a headbutt knocked out his front teeth, creating the iconic gap-toothed smile that would become his trademark. Under military discipline, Spinks transformed into an elite fighter. His amateur boxing career was spectacular. He compiled an incredible record of 178 wins against just 7 losses. An amazing 133 of those victories came by knockout. This wasn't the record of a lucky fighter. This was world-class talent. Spinks won 3 straight national AIU light heavyweight titles from 1974 to 1976. He collected medals at international competitions, including bronze at the 1974 World Championships and silver at the 1975 Pan American Games. Spinks built a world-class foundation that proved he was anything but a fluke. His journey to the top is just as incredible as his fall from it. If you're finding this story compelling, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss more deep dives into sports legends. His crowning amateur achievement came at the 1976 Summer Olympics in Montreal. Spinks won the light heavyweight gold medal by stopping Cuba's highly regarded Sixto Soria. Even more remarkable, his younger brother Michael won middleweight gold at the same games. They became the first brothers in history to win Olympic gold medals in the same sport at the same Olympics. After his honorable discharge and Olympic triumph, Spinks turned professional on January 15, 1977. He knocked out Bob Smith in 5 rounds in Las Vegas. Fighting aggressively, he quickly built momentum. Over the next 12 months, he compiled a record of 6 wins, 0 losses, and 1 draw. His opponents weren't pushovers. He knocked out Peter Freeman in the first round in Liverpool and defeated respected Italian champion Alfio Righetti, who was undefeated at 27-0. His only blemish was a draw against tough Scott Ledoux. For a fighter with only 7 professional bouts to get a shot at the undisputed heavyweight championship was almost unheard of, but the stars aligned perfectly. Muhammad Ali, now 36 and physically declining, was looking for what seemed like an easy, profitable fight. The story of 2 Olympic gold medalists facing each other was compelling for promoters. For Ali, it appeared to be a low-risk payday. For Spinks, it was the chance of a lifetime. On February 15, 1978, at the Las Vegas Hilton, Leon Spinks seized that chance with both gloves. He weighed in at just 197 pounds compared to Ali's 224, making him the much smaller and vastly less experienced fighter. Most people saw him as a 10-to-1 underdog who had no real chance. But from the opening bell, something magical happened. Spinks fought with a relentless ferocity that the aging champion simply could not match. Ali had undertaken for the fight and was overconfident. Round after round, Spinks kept coming forward with nonstop aggression. He threw punches and combinations, never letting Ali rest or find his rhythm. Over 15 grueling rounds, Spinks landed an astonishing 419 punches, more than any other opponent Ali faced in his entire career. When the final bell rang, the unthinkable had happened. The judges rendered a split-decision victory for Leon Spinks. In only his 8th professional fight, Leon Spinks had become the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. It was the fastest rise to the pinnacle of boxing in the sport's history. The Ring magazine named it both Fight of the Year and Upset of the Year. In one incredible night, this gap-toothed former Marine had done what seemed impossible, but winning the heavyweight championship wasn't the peak of Leon Spinks' life. It was the beginning of his downfall. Thrust into a world of fame and wealth for which he was completely unprepared, Spinks reacted with chaotic spending and wild behavior. His earnings from the Ali fight, reportedly less than $300,000, disappeared with shocking speed. He bought 2 Cadillacs, a Lincoln Continental, 2 houses, and thousands of dollars worth of jewelry. His explanation revealed the mindset of someone who had never had money before. "People don't like the way I spend my money, and that hurts me," he told reporters. On March 18, 1978, just 1 month after winning the title, the WBC stripped Spinks of their belt. He was no longer the undisputed champion. On September 15, 1978, exactly 212 days after his historic victory, a woefully out-of-shape Spinks faced a rejuvenated Muhammad Ali at the New Orleans Superdome. This time, Ali had trained seriously and was determined to make history. The result was never in doubt. Ali dominated the fight from start to finish, winning a lopsided unanimous decision over 15 rounds. Ali became the first man to win the heavyweight championship 3 times, while Leon Spinks's reign became the shortest in heavyweight history at just 212 days. After losing the championship, Spinks's career entered a long, painful decline. He received 2 more shots at world titles, but both ended in devastating defeats. In 1981, he challenged Larry Holmes for the WBC heavyweight title, but was brutally knocked out in the 3rd round. His final fight came on December 4, 1995, when he lost an 8-round decision to Fred Hoop. The millions he had earned, including an estimated $3.5 million for the Ali rematch alone, had vanished. Spinks later claimed his lawyers stole his money. By the late 1990s, the man who had been heavyweight champion of the world was broke and living in a homeless shelter in East St. Louis. In the mid-2000s, Spinks found some stability in Columbus, Nebraska. In one of the most touching chapters of his life, the former champion took on manual labor to survive. He worked as a janitor and custodian at the local YMCA, earning minimum wage of $5.15 per hour. He also unloaded trucks at a McDonald's. Despite these humbling circumstances, those who knew him described a man of profound dignity. He was beloved by local children, always ready with an autograph and a smile. Personal tragedy also marked his life. The most devastating blow came on July 22, 1990, when his 19-year-old son, Leon Calvin, was shot and killed while driving in East St. Louis. Like his father, Leon Calvin had been an aspiring boxer with a 2-0 professional record. In 2011, Spinks found lasting love with his 3rd wife, Brenda Spinks. They moved to Las Vegas, where he made a modest living, selling autographs and photos to fans who remembered his greatest night. With Brenda's care and support, he finally found some peace. The final chapters of Spinks's life were defined by the brutal physical cost of his boxing career. The thousands of punches he absorbed over 46 professional fights took a terrible toll. His speech became slurred, his movements slowed, and his memory faded. In 2012, doctors diagnosed him with brain shrinkage directly caused by his boxing career. Brain scans confirmed that the memory centers in his brain had deteriorated. In 2019, Spinks faced his final battle when doctors diagnosed him with advanced prostate cancer. He fought the disease for 5 years with the same courage he had shown in the ring, but this was a fight he couldn't win. On February 5, 2021, at age 67, Leon Spinks died in a Henderson, Nevada hospital with his wife Brenda by his side. Leon Spinks is often remembered as just a cautionary tale, a warning about the dangers of sudden fame and the brutal cost of boxing. While this view contains truth, it's also incomplete. To focus only on his fall diminishes the magnitude of his rise. His legacy is one of duality. He was the undisciplined champion who partied away his title and fortune. He was also the humble janitor who worked with quiet dignity. But for one brief shining moment in history, he was something more. On a single night in Las Vegas, Leon Spinks wasn't a tragedy, he was a titan. He faced the greatest and emerged as heavyweight champion of the world. That legacy can never be taken away. Leon Spinks lived a life of extreme highs and lows. What do you think is his most enduring legacy? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.